Assalamu alaikum. Myself Ahkam Ansari. Student, in our previous lecture we have seen what is HTML5 and how HTML5 changed the world of web designing. Means by using HTML5 we have seen the next level of web designing. But today we are going to introduce a new technology of web development, that is CSS. And I just want to tell you CSS is a more advanced as compared to HTML5. By using HTML or HTML5 we can create a very attractive web page, or we can create a very good look and feel of a web page. But CSS is a different language, CSS is a different tool which create and which added some extra feature, extra look and feel to the HTML or HTML5 web pages. So CSS is a different language. In our previous lecture we have seen what is the introduction, how CSS come into picture, and who is the inventor of the CSS, and why the CSS come into web designing world. Because every person of today's world want a very good look and feel of their web pages or web application. So CSS is a language, or CSS is a tool which is used to create a very good or very attractive web pages or web application. Okay, so but before I start CSS, I just want to tell you CSS alone is nothing. I am going to repeat the same sentence. CSS alone is nothing. Means you cannot use CSS alone anywhere. Why? Because CSS is a language which is fully dependent on HTML pages or HTML language. Okay, because CSS is a set of rules and regulation, or CSS is a language which applies on HTML. If there is no HTML, there is no CSS. Are you getting my point? CSS is a rule, CSS is a set of application, you can say, or set of settings which applies on certain HTML pages. If you don't have any HTML page, where you are going to apply the CSS? Are you getting the context what I am telling about? CSS is a set of language, set of rules and regulation. We have n number of things in CSS which is used to create a web page, or which create our web page very good and very attractive. But the thing is that alone CSS is nothing, because CSS will apply on different HTML elements. If we don't have any HTML element, if we don't have any HTML page, where you are going to apply the CSS? So the thing is that if you have HTML, then only you can apply the CSS on that particular HTML page or HTML element. But if you don't have any HTML page, you cannot apply your CSS. Means CSS is a dependent language which depends on HTML pages or HTML elements. Okay, I think I am very clear about these two things. HTML is a fully language, or is a fully designed language which is used to create a web page, or which is used to design a web page. In the same way, CSS is an advanced version. CSS have a number of tools to design a web page, to create a web page. But the thing is that you can use only HTML or HTML5 in any web browser or any web application, but you can't use CSS alone without HTML. Because CSS provide advanced version, CSS have n number of tools to design web page, but CSS alone will not work. CSS will apply on HTML pages or HTML elements. So CSS is a dependent language which depends on HTML5 or its an earlier version. Okay, so we will use CSS as well as HTML at the same time. So as I told you, CSS is a dependent language which depends on HTML. So first, user or the web developer or web designer have to create a HTML page. Then he can apply the CSS on that particular HTML page. So the flow is the user, the designer have to create a web page, a simple web page. Then he can use CSS because CSS have a number of tools to create or to design web page. So the web developer will use that CSS inside their HTML pages. And in last lecture, I have already told you that in CSS we have elements, we have properties, and we have value. Like in HTML we have elements, like we have HTML tags, then we have attribute, and we have value. So these things we have some with different name in CSS. That is our selector, that is our elements. Then we have our property, that is in HTML we have attribute, then values in same. And we have already seen how these selectors, properties, and values are separated by different characters or symbol. Because CSS is a different language, it's have their own logic, its own symbols, its own syntax, and its own set of rules and regulation. Like every language have their own set of rules and regulation, which is called as a grammar, or in IT this is called as a syntax. So CSS is a different language or different tool which have its own syntax and grammar, which we have already learned in our previous lecture. How CSS selectors and how CSS properties and values are separated, or how these things are written, or how CSS applies on HTML pages, we have seen. Now in today's lecture we will learn the same thing with the help of an example. So the first thing we will create a simple HTML page. Okay, then we will apply CSS on that particular tag. First I will show you how to use a simple CSS by using internal CSS. Okay, once the time will come we will move on inline, then we will do external. The first thing we will do internal CSS, that is a internal cascading style sheet. So the first thing I am going to start our application, that is a notepad which is used to create a simple HTML. I will create a simple HTML, then I will add CSS in that particular HTML. Okay. Okay, so I will just go back to my desktop. I will type here notepad. Now I am going to start writing program for my first HTML or a simplest HTML. So first I will write not doc type, that is HTML. This is the first line of HTML5. I am using HTML5. Student, just try to understand HTML is a different language, CSS is a different language. First we will create a simple HTML page like we have done in our earlier lectures, and then we will add CSS. Okay, first I will show you a simple HTML program, then you will see simple HTML program, then I will add CSS, then again you will see the changes created by CSS. Okay, so I will just create HTML. Okay, HTML opening tag and HTML closing tag. Okay, inside that I will add head tag, that is my head section of the page, then closing head tag. Okay, after that you can add title tag inside that, but most of the time I miss that. So it's up to you whether you want to add title to your page or you cannot. Now I will add body tag, one of the most important of the tag in HTML, that is a body tag. So we have six basic tag of HTML which is compulsory to create any HTML page, that is a HTML tag, head tag, and body tag. Now I am going to add some tag inside the body tag, because whatever you write inside that body tag, that will display on your browser. So I just want to add a simplest h1, that is my first heading, first level of heading, and closing h1. In this I will just add my first CSS program. Okay, then after that I will take again h2, then closing h2, in which I will add, I am using CSS. Okay, again I will add one p tag, then closing p tag. Okay, in which I will write CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Most of the time in your examination there is a question, what is, how CSS, what is the full form of CSS or CSS stands for, in which you can write cascading style sheet. Then again in that I am going to add one more paragraph tag. Okay, that is closing paragraph. We have three types of CSS. Okay, number one, you can add inside the, instead of p I will add like h4. Okay, then I will add OL. What is the use of OL? You know, that is a order list. Then closing OL. Inside that I will add li, sorry, li, then closing li. Okay, so I will add three times. Control C, Control V, Control V. The first one I will write, that is internal then I will write inline, then it's external. Okay, so I will save it. I am going to save on desktop and I will write first dot html. Now student, please pay attention. I said please pay attention. CSS is a different language, HTML is a different language, and CSS is a dependent language which depends on HTML. So the first thing, we have to create a simple HTML page. So the extension will be .html, because right now we have just created a simple HTML page. Okay, so the extension will be your HTML. Then if you add CSS, again there is no change in your extension, because you are adding your CSS in HTML5. So the extension, the page name, the page is itself a HTML page, but you have added some feature of CSS. But in case of external CSS, if you create external CSS, so in that external CSS you have to save with the extension .css. Okay, if you are using CSS in inline or internal means you are adding the feature of CSS at the same page. Same page means add in your HTML page. So if you are adding CSS by using inline or internal, the file extension will be your HTML extension because you are adding inside your HTML page. But if you are creating an external file, that the extension of that external CSS will be .css. Okay, but the extension of HTML page will always be .html or .htm. Okay, make it clear. I will save it, then I will move back to my browser. Here is my file. I will just double click and I just want to zoom it. See, the first line is coming from my H1, that is my first CSS program. Then I am using H2, I am using CSS. Then CSS stand for cascading style sheet. Then we have three types of CSS. I am using the first one, that is I am using OL, that is order list. So it's coming from 1 2 3 internal, inline and external. Okay, so the first two, that is the internal and inline, these two types of CSS are used inside the HTML page. And the external, we have to create a separate file of CSS and the extension of that particular CSS will be .css. Okay, now right now it's a simple HTML page. Now I am going to add one property of CSS, that is a color. Okay, see CSS property. The first property I am going to take for today's lecture is color. What is a color property? Like in our HTML, if you want to assign the color to the text, there is an attribute called font color. Okay, we have a tag called font, then inside that font we have an attribute called color. So let it be, in HTML we are learning CSS, so CSS have new rules and regulation, new types, new syntax, so we have to concentrate on CSS only. I just want to connect CSS with HTML because both are same, but on the basis of their syntax. In CSS we called as a selector, in HTML we called as a elements. In CSS we called as a property, in HTML we called as a attribute. In CSS we called as a values, in HTML we called as a values. So the thing is same, only on the basis of their new language there is some changes. Okay, so color is a property of CSS. What is the use of color? Just read out. Color property is used to set the text color for different element. Different element means in our project or in our page we have created a simple HTML page in which we have taken different elements. What is the elements? Elements are nothing but our HTML tags. Okay, so here see the in example there is a H1. So what is the H1 here? H1 is a HTML tag. What is a P? P is a HTML tag. Then we have seen this is the style, this is the rules, regulation, and this is how CSS applies. So first we have to create opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. Okay, like in HTML tag we have to put less than and greater than sign. Then color is a property. Okay, then color and values are separated by colon. Then at the end of every pair, that is pair, what is mean by pair? Means color, properties and values. Then if you want to add the new property and value, you have to put a semicolon, or at the end of the every values we have to write a semicolon. Getting? So first thing, the first property of CSS we will take as a color in our web page. Okay, so I will back to my browser. See, right now I am not using any CSS. I will just add a internal CSS. So where to add internal CSS? We have to add internal CSS in head section. So where is the head section? This is my head section. I am going to add internal CSS. Okay, so inside head section I will add one one tag, that is style. Okay, then closing style. Okay, between these two tag, means these two style, opening and closing tag, I will put CSS. Okay, so in our page we have different element. Suppose I want to use CSS into this line, that is H2. Okay, I am going to add CSS on that, so I will just put H2. Okay, because we have H2, that is a second level of heading. H2 means I am going to apply to this H2. Okay, so I will just opening and closing like our tag. Then I will add properties and value. So what is our property? Our property is color. Then how properties and value are separated? By using colon. So I will put colon. Then we can assign any color. For example, I will write red. Then at the end of the property I will put semicolon. See how I have written. First, I'm using internal style sheet where I have to use style as a tag, where we have to add style tag between these two opening and closing head tag. Okay, so inside head tag I have added style tag, that is opening style, and that is closing style. Then I have added CSS. This is actual CSS. Okay, where I am using H2 tag to apply some CSS. So I have written H2. Here H2 is work as a selector. Okay, if I am talking about the whole page is an HTML page, only this line is belongs to CSS. Okay, and how our browser will come to know whether which line is CSS, which line is HTML? It will start from when you run your program, when you execute this page on your web browser, the first line will execute, that is doc type HTML. So the browser will understand you have written code inside HTML5 language. Then it will interpret your code on your browser on the basis of HTML5 rules and regulation. Then he will come on HTML, so it will understand that is an opening HTML. Then it will understand that is a head section. After that, when it moves to style, again it will think, means you are using style, means he will check whether what is the use of style tag in HTML. So he will come to know that if you are using style tag inside the HTML page, means you have added CSS in your page. So now it will consider the next line as a CSS. So it will interpret, or it will convert this line in sense of CSS. Then he will come to know that in our page we have H2 tag, and you are going to apply some property, means you are going to change the color of that tag, that H2, to the red. Okay, so it will go and search where is H2 tag. So it will find that you have written H2 tag here, and inside H2 tag you have written I am using CSS. So the content I am using CSS will change to red color. Are you getting my point? Then again, after changing the color, it will again move to this line, that is a closing CSS, and it will finally understood that now you have closed or you have end up with CSS. Again it will understand the next thing by using as a HTML content. Okay, so I just want to save the file. Okay, before that just check it. I am using CSS. I have it right now, it's a black color. Now if you refresh the page, the color will change to red. See, I am using CSS. The color of this H2 tag have been changed to red color, because this color is changed, the text color or the head, the second level of heading color has been changed to the red. Why? By using CSS. Now If I go back, if I add the same thing, same color, if you want to add the same color to your another element, like you have OL elements, okay, so in the same way you can add, just go back to your browser, okay, just add here one more, that is your OL tag, then put same thing, that is opening closing, then you can add color, then colon, then instead of red you can write any color, and at the end of you have to put this colon. So it will search where is OL tag in your page, so it will find OL tag is there, and it will change the color of their content. So I am going to save, flip back to your browser. Right now it's only showing the first thing. When you refresh, so we have added on this OL, okay, so refresh. Now the color of this OL content has been changed to blue color. Student, getting my point? How CSS apply means we have three ways to apply CSS. The first thing is that we can add by using internal or inline or external. Okay, but the important thing is, if you are using inline style sheet, you have to add CSS inside the HTML tag only. Okay, we have n number of HTML tag, we have n number of HTML element. If you are using inline, so you have to put CSS in that particular tag. This is called inline, means you are going in that line, that particular line of that tag. Okay, but if you are using internal, you have to use C style as an HTML tag inside the hit tag, which I have just used or just added. See the code here I am using internal. So inside the head tag of your HTML page, this is my head section, okay, where opening head tag and closing head tag, I have added style, see style opening and style closing. Okay, inside that tag I am adding CSS. This is the purely CSS where I am using H2, so it will search where is H2, and I have added OL, it will search OL. Instead of H2, if you want to change to your P tag, okay, here is a P tag. Right now the default color of P tag is a black, so instead of P you can write in CSS, so you will just add P tag. Okay, just save this file, flip back to your browser, now refresh the file. See, now it's a default, and CSS, this is the P tag I'm using. So you can apply your CSS on any HTML page. Okay, you can apply CSS on any HTML page. If you want to take one more example, I just want to add, for example, if you have two P tag, instead of, I will add P tag again and again P tag. So now we have two P tags. Okay, now we have one P tag for CSS, stand for cascading style sheet. Then the second P tag, we have three types of CSS. Okay, now the both the tags are P tag. Now the question is, I have added a single P which specify you have a P tag in your page which color will change to red. What is the meaning of this line? This lines means in CSS you have a P tag in your HTML page somewhere, and whatever color it is earlier, now you want to change the color of that P tag to red. Okay, this is means, this is what this line is telling about, means you have a P tag in your page and you are going to change the color of that paragraph tag to red. Okay, now when the browser will come and it will search where is a P tag, line by line it will search, then it will find the P tag is here, so it will change CSS stand for cascading style sheet. What will next? It will go back to this line, or again it will go back, go further to check one more P or another P, whether the second P tag is available or not. What do you say, student? Yes. If you write a single P tag, so it will find all the P tag in your page. If you have 3 P tag, for example, I just want to show the output of this page, so you will get the clear picture what I am telling about. Okay, just refresh the file. Now we have 2 P tag. The color of both P tag has been changed to red. Okay, this P and this P. If you add one more P tag, okay, I have just added, Control C. Let me add after the OL, Control C and Control V. Okay, we have 3 types of CSS I have added. Now save it. Now we have 3P. Okay, 2P's. There's the first paragraph, second paragraph at the same, means after each one. After that we have the third P after OL or LI tag. So I will flip back to my browser and refresh the file. Now see, now we have added the third P. So in simple way we can say, if you write any HTML tag inside your CSS, so it will search that particular HTML elements and apply the CSS. If you have one P tag, it will apply on one. If you have 2, it will apply 2. If you have 3, it will apply on 3. Okay, so if you are getting some question, or if there is any question like, sir, can we apply unique, CSS to different P tag, means we have only one paragraph tag in HTML and we have n number of context. Now if you use P tag, so it will apply on all the paragraph. But if you want to apply separately, means unique CSS on each paragraph tag, can we do this? Yes, you can do. You can uniquely apply on all P tag or any HTML tag. Okay, you can apply. But this question we will come up with some answer with when we use ID and class concept in CSS. Then you will understand how we can uniquely apply CSS on same HTML tags. Okay, now I think you get the clear picture what is CSS, how the CSS applies on HTML. CSS alone is nothing. We have to use HTML, then we have to apply CSS. Okay, so stay tuned with this channel. We will back with the new video lecture of CSS, and next lecture we will see some new properties of CSS. In today's lecture we have seen CSS property like color, and I think you come to know, you finally got what is color attributes, how color attribute is affect our web page, how color properties applies on HTML pages, how the content or the text of the page can be changed by using color property. And I think you got clear picture how CSS applies. Means first we have to use HTML selector, that is any tag, the name of tag, then opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. Then inside that we have to use properties and values with the colon separator, and at the end of any property we have to use semicolon. Okay, in next lecture we will come up with new properties and new thing. So thank you for watching. Keep watching this channel. Allah Hafiz.